you're not going to die without the coffee. And if you do die without the coffee, well, that goes to show how your programming was and how you operate, how your system operates. If you have a system, you shall take care of it, and you shall program it a certain type of way for however you would like to operate. It's what programming is for. That's why we program. It's programming. All you have to do is learn what it is that you like, what it is that you don't like, and program. Tell it to yourself, and then tell it to others. And then you go from there. So I'm like, you know what? If I'm going to be feeling as if I should have a certain type of lifestyle, a certain type of caliber of a woman in my life to be wedded to, because I'm not too in tune with the side of, it's not really a part of my program system to be as casual as many others are when it comes to building romantic relations. So those connections I am more acceptable to. It's acceptable basically can mean sensitive, but so I'm basically like, I don't know, if you want to say it's traditional, you can say it's traditional in a way. I would prefer to have, a specific type of woman that I have in mind. So I would want that instead of wanting casual energy or a random woman. You feel me? It's like a printer has to have certain cartridges. You can't just go put any cartridge inside of the printer. It is specified. So I'm specifying, and I have specified the type of things that I currently am seeking for desire within the desires. So within my desired state, I shall then have what it is that I have once desired. Just due to the fact that I have specified and I did not go off of randomness, unless randomness was of a liking. Now, the only time you will catch me liking randomness like that is if there's there's many options of what? Things of my liking. So if you had to, if you put a whole bunch of things in front of me that were of my liking and was like, choose. You can either pick one, two, or randomize it. If it's many things, say it was 9 things, I'm gonna tell you to just randomize it. Go ahead, just randomize it. I'll take Any one of those, I'm fine with them. Then there's a time for specifications. So I'm not just sitting up here being random. I'll be random 25% of the time. So that's how I program my system. I run off of a quarter system, 100% system. I break it off in quarters. So we have terms that we call override, and then obviously anything other than over is going to be middle and under. So I am very specific now. I have to be very precise within what it is that I would like to manifest. Manifestation is basically bringing up to the light and bringing it into the scene. You are bringing it from the unseen to the scene. So things that come in the form of a thought can be manifested. I had it in my mind to get a lot of this done, a lot of cleaning done. I had it in my mind to also acquire certain things. I want a certain woman. I don't want a random woman. I have already specified the type of woman I want. The woman that I want, she is born from where I am born. In that territory, state-wise, she is from there. She's born in 1997. She knows some of my relatives, my close relatives. She knows my grand sister, to be exact. That's very close. A grand sibling is a grand sibling. It's a sibling. You have grandparents, therefore, and you're not just the only little person, you have grand siblings. So that's where I get that from. I'm just more precise than others. I'm more on point with stuff. Like, I like to call stuff what it is. When you don't know what it is, you can't call it for what it is. So I understand that. But it's a difference when you know. Once you know, you just gotta do it. It's just what you have to do. But my woman, that woman, is who I would like to be wedded to. Wedded with, I shall say. And I get that in my head. I'm now like, even in this current day as I'm cleaning, this is another reason. I'm like, I'm preparing. I'm being prepared. Because I wonder why I ended up coming here. So I'm currently here with my mother. Now, my brother was murdered by the police, or to be specific, he was murdered by the SWAT team. So, in the midst of that, I decided it was only righteous for me to tend to my mother's mental, because nothing financial has anything to do with what happened to my brother and what that did to anyone who truly cared about him. That didn't do what is the finances going to do? The finances did nothing. Your finances either going to stay the same or they're going to change. So the way that I was going to contribute was mental, emotional, and that's what I did. There was a point in times where I was like, I'm giving up on that, because the treatment. I remember the treatment before. I remember the treatment towards me, as well as towards my brother, from my mother, prior to the death. So her acting in certain types of ways and not trying to, I know that there are spirits that work amongst many of us. Like I told you, there's a pro and a con to everything, and everything has spirits. Words are concepts, all of that, they're spirits, energies connected to them. So you shall use them as wisely as you can. But I remember signs. It would be like distractions that would occur when we were trying to help. You know? It's like we're not telling you to do anything that's going to hurt you. When we would get into these conversations and things, there would be distractions that arise immediately, energetically. Phone calls from individuals, specific individuals. You can look at eye movements, you can look at the energy in the face, the facial structures and all of that. All of it. The micro, what some people they call micro expressions. All of that. You can see it. So I basically was like, Then my mother came in contact with one of her best friends at the time, and she came and she was giving her insight and stuff, or whatever the case may be, for the time being. And even when she was listening to what I had to say about specific things, she was like, no, Dre is right. Because my mom looked at it as if I either knew it all, think I know it all, or, I'm not right. Because, everyone has an opinion. But I started to reprogram myself many years ago and said, and I asked our source, some of you call it God, everything like that in that nature. I said, OGS, Old Great Spirit. I said, OGS, gift me with the energy and the power to be able to, the power and the knowledge, to be able to tell others the truth, even if it hurts. No matter what, pass the message through and allow me to value truth over opinions, facts over opinions. That soon came to be. So all of the information that I would acquire over time after that was truthful energies, to the point of where some people look at it like, you think you know it all, 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 you think you know it all. No, I don't. And I clearly tell you that I don't know it all, which means I don't know. Let somebody else tell you what that means. All I know is, I know that I do not know everything. But I do know that everything is all things. So it's a back and forth with our reality. It's fake and it's real, and it's real fake. It's dualistic. Many people try to diss dualism, but dualism is literally of oneness. You hear some people try to teach about duality and about types of oneness, but oneness is duality. It's a split perspective of judgment. It is division within. You have a container. Duality is actually more than two things. It's actually 3 to 4 things. So if you use the yin and yang symbol and you see the light side, the dark side, then you have a percentage. You have that percentage breakup that you see me talk about, that programming that I operate off of. So you have the little tiny dots, right, within the symbol. That little tiny dot is that 25% breakup that I do. That's the under. The majority of the color that you see is the 75% side of things. So you have 75 plus 25. What is 75 plus 25? 100. That is totality. So with that being said, you have a side, then you have a side. I just said two things, right? Same, right? But they're similar. They're similar. Differently the same, or differently similar, or similarly different. Either or, either or. Alright? It's a frequency. It matters. It's in matter. Matter in fact, matter of fact. It's a matter of fact. Literally, the term matter of fact is that. So,